miss y'all in having to give up the show, but you can't run for president and be on the radio at the same time. There's only 24 hours in the day. But I distinctly remember getting calls from people who would express 2.5 years ago that they were concerned about the future of America. And then as we got into the amount of time that the Obama administration was in charge, people went from being concerned to being fearful for the future of this country. We have become a nation of crises. We have a moral crisis. When the U.S. Open would do the Pledge of Allegiance with a group of kids, y'all know, teleprompters and podiums don't work well for me. When on NBC, when they were introducing the U.S. Open on Sunday, and they had children reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, and they broke away just before the One Nation Under God phrase. And they came back to finish that opening segment. And I'm thinking that they are going to start where they left off. And they had the kids, or they edited it out, with liberty and justice for all. Left out under God. When I was looking at that, and they did it the first time, I said to my wife, I can't believe this. She said, maybe it was a mistake. Yeah. But they did it twice in the same piece. And we wonder why we have a moral crisis in this country. We've got an economic crisis. Ask the 15 million people who are without jobs. You know, this economy is like a train, but it's stuck. Because the policies are not putting any fuel in the engine. This administration continues to load the caboose with health care reform legislation. $1 trillion in spending. $14 trillion national debt. $62 trillion unfunded liability. The list goes on, and you all know all of the problems we face, which is why we have a severe deficiency of leadership in Washington, D.C. And one of the questions that I often get asked, well, why did you run? Why didn't you work your way up the political ladder? I said, America can't wait. The problems can't wait. We have got to fix this nation and get it back on the right track now, but it's not going to start until after November 2012. And the other reason that I'm running for president, because many of you all know me, I see a lot of familiar faces out there, is because you know that it is not about us. It's about the children and the grandchildren. My wife and I have been married 43 years as of last Thursday. It's possible. All of you young couples, hang in there. 43 years, and we have 2 adult kids, I guess you can't call them kids anymore, 3 grandkids, and it's not about us. So one of the reasons I'm running for president is because of the nature of the problems that we face and the fact that with common sense solutions and problem-solving leadership, we can fix this stuff. It's not too late. But one of the other reasons is, in 1999, my first grandchild was born. And when I first looked into this little baby's face, at Piedmont Hospital in 1999. I didn't think I was going to make it back from my board meeting in time, but I did. And I was able to get to the hospital. I arrived at about 9:30 p.m. January the 27th. And then at about 9:56, my daughter's baby was born. And I looked into that little face, and the very first thought that went through my mind wasn't, how do I give her a good start in life? It wasn't, how do I make sure she get a good education? The first thought that went through my mind, what do I do to make this a better world and a better nation? Didn't know the answer then, but that was the first indication that I knew that God had something bigger in mind for me to do. And then in 2006, I went through cancer treatment, stage 4 cancer. People often ask, well, how'd you help? Well, I got good news there. I had to go through chemotherapy, I had to go through double surgery. I had cancer in my liver and my colon. I only had a 30% chance of survival. That was 5 years ago, and I am totally cancer free. God said, not yet. God said, not yet. And I prayed back to God saying, then what did you keep me here for? And then as my life continued to unfold and I started to test the waters, I knew that I was compelled to run for President of the United States of America. And one of the things that makes me different than the other Republican presidential contenders is the color of my eyes. I got dark brown eyes. But that I have spent most of my life solving problems. That's the difference. That's when I break this. Look, I believe we have a strong field. Don't buy this malarkey from some of the people in the media who says it is a weak field. No, it's not a weak field. And I made the decision to get into this race because I wanted to give you and the American people another option, a problem solver. Now, a problem solver first starts with making sure you work on the right problem. Make sure you surround yourself with the right people that sometimes are smarter than you. I don't think the current president did that. Then you can put together the right plans in order to fix stuff and solve stuff. That's what I have done for over 40 years. So it is those skills that I want to take to the White House. And I want to take them there because I want to be a president of the people. By the people, not Washington, and for the people. I'll be a people's president, and I promise you. Thank you. Because as I said, it's not about us, it's about them. Dave McCleary, who is one of our lead supporters in this area, you all know Dave. We have a table where you can sign up if you would like to help. We now have bumper stickers and other stuff, so stop by the table and see Dave McCleary. But let me tell you folks, a lot of people early on didn't think that I had a chance of winning. They counted me out. And, I wanted to send Charles Proudhon and Karl wrote a thank you note for saying that they didn't think I was a serious candidate. Even Bill O'Reilly said Herman Cain doesn't have a chance at getting the nomination. I wanted to send him a thank you note also, because if they know anything about my background, I have been doing stuff against the odds all my life. And then when Gallup and Zogby and political polling finally started to put my name as an option, and all of a sudden Herman Cain burst into the middle of the pack in terms of the polls. All of the naysayers were sitting there scratching their head asking, who is this guy? Well, I think that by November 2012, they're going to find out that this guy is going to be the next president of the United States of America. And the reason that that's going to happen is because of you. It's going to happen because of you and what you do. I know you have other options, but I know you're also going to make an informed decision about who you want to represent you, because it's all about leadership, which we so severely lack. That is one of the big reasons that I'm stepping forward. I never grew up saying I want to be president of the United States. I had one goal when I was growing up. I wanted to make some money. I was broke. I know that's materialistic, but when you're broke, you are materialistic. But then on the way to cruise control, being able to play golf 3 times a week, strange thing happened. The country got off track, and I decided I needed to do something else. But it's going to happen because of you. I have seen more people get active over the last several months than I've ever seen before, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing. So I just commend you for being active and being a part of what's going on here in this county, in this state, in this nation. And that if you keep working hard, and you keep informing others, not only will we be able to maintain the control of the House of Representatives, but we'll also be able to maintain and gain control of the Senate and put a conservative Republican in the White House. I firmly believe that we can do that in 2012. And as President Reagan used to remind us, this thing called freedom. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We can't pass it on in the bloodstream. It must be fought for and protected. For one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our grandchildren what the United States of America used to be like. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to have that conversation with my grandkids, and I don't think you want to have that conversation with your grandkids. And I have a message for President Obama and the other liberals. The United States of America is not going to become the United States